much.
Yes, it is. Okay, guys, I think we're on. Are we recording? Looks like we're recording. Okay. 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 Here we go. All right. Sorry, we're starting late tonight, and this will be a fairly short oracle because there's tons of stuff going on. But we were talking about the extremes, like everybody's having. I was asking before I started, how are people surviving the you-know-what storm? And people talked about that, and then one person said that they didn't have anything going on. That's how present time is. You might be having the extremes of this and that and this and that. But what I will tell you is there's three things we're going to talk about tonight. This coming Friday at about 7:38 at night is the full moon eclipse. And this particular harvest moon, full moon eclipse, it's concluding a cycle of 19 years. So you may want to go back in your mind and start to think about what was going on for you 19 years ago. What age you were, what things were going on, the difference between who you are now, who you were then, what's happened, because it's a distinct shift. And with full moons, and that's what's been happening really for the last 5-6 days, especially this type of full moon, it doesn't just hit Friday, it's like it gets a momentum. And what do full moons do? They don't, there's always these rumors about they make people go crazy. What they do is really activate or bring to the light things that have been hidden, things that have been in the shadows. So we're in a big revealing time. So lots and lots of stuff that you may have been not looking at, understanding, or you've had questions about, it's coming to the light. It's coming into fruition. And so this particular full moon, because it's the harvest, we're always talking about the garden, return to the garden, that we've never left the garden. Your harvest is around you. So again, good, bad, indifferent, past, present, future. You are seeing the bountiful things that you as the Lord of your creation, you as a co-creator have brought into manifested form. And so plow through it. If you don't like what you're seeing, don't walk away from it. It's not a time to settle. It's not a time to make excuses for yourself or for other people. If something doesn't feel right, if something doesn't look right, deal with it. Especially in this vibration, because we're going to start another new cycle here. And it's not really a cycle, because remember, we're in present time. But you want to really grasp what this last 19 years of your life on earth has been, so that you can fully move into that energy, into like a whole different frequency. And the more you work on yourself, the more you move things, clear things, the easier your transition will be. And again, it's very interesting because the Body, Mind, Spirit Expo, I would invite everybody to come this weekend, Saturday and Sunday at the fairgrounds. Probably the exact time, I would guess, that the Tibetan monks are going to be arriving to do the sand mandala, they're coming the night before, will be about 7:38, would be my guess. It's supposed to be about 6:37, so, Tibetan time. I've been around them for many, many, many years. It would not surprise me if they arrive right with the peaking of the full moon. So, again, you've got some energy right now to clean out your house. I've talked to so many people this week that are painting, throwing things away, moving things around, cleaning. The one thing to know, when you start to purge, in the last stop's the body, so when you start to get out the old pictures and move the things around and paint new things, it will also stir up energy. It will also stir up anything that you're stirring up things on all levels. So again, don't get depressed by it. Just keep moving through it, because there's tons of stuff. And that's the other thing. It's interesting. You'll get to a plateau and you'll think, oh, good. And then you'll start looking at other things. It's almost like you can't stop. Once you start peeling away layers of facades, you don't want to stop it's like peeling away layers of an onion. Or you start working on peeling away layers of wallpaper, and after a while you just go, I'm tired, I can get all this wallpaper off the wall until I get down to the clean thing here. You're going to feel almost a compulsion and a sensitivity to your environment, your interior environment and your outer environment. So the more that you can move the obstacles, because that's the theme right now, again, moving into this time of really strong manifesting. And you as the Lord of your creation, what do you want to bring into your clean palette? I want you to start to kind of visualize. We're harvesting, and so it's your garden. Did you plant too much corn? Did you not plant enough wheat? Did you not pull your weeds? Look at your life as that garden right now, and know that with this full moon, with this next few days, you're harvesting. You're going to collect good, bad, and different, but you can transmute. You don't have to sit and go, oh crap, this is a really crappy harvest, and you see your weeds, pull them out. You don't have weeds in your garden, but you have to take the responsibility. It's one of the hardest things for all of us, because we've been in the Western mind, we have been so taught to disassociate. Everything is about the exterior world, or about somebody else thinking about or doing it for us, or you have to, when they say, you want to build the castle, you're going to have to carry the rocks. It's your garden, it's your consciousness. And I take that further into like the wasted energy that people have on political issues. Yes, are things bizarre? Of course, they're manipulated. Do you think anybody that gets elected and is in the White House has any kind of power or control? You think that one person is that person that can do anything? Well, you're seeing in action, they all turn gray within 3 months of being in the White House, because they if they thought they could do something, they get there and realize they can't. So instead of wasting energy, again, that's that last part of that reptilian brainstem that wants to go, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, I hate Obama, I hate this guy, I want this to happen. Ooh, fear and negativity, ooh, the new plan is not going to work, and let's just, all the crazy antics you're seeing in the outer world, it's all a big show, it's all a big propaganda, and you know why? It's all fear-based. And it's about control. It's about keeping people down, keeping people confused, keeping you not thinking for yourself. So if you're really going to think for yourself, little girly cat just came running through here. You just get those energies. That's a new thing. This is really cool. It's little Gracie. She's like galloping through, gobbling up the bad energy. Think of your life. Think of yourself as a microcosm, first of all, of the macrocosm. So, set up your own government. You don't like what's going on in the outer world? Set your own government up in your own house, your own body temple. How are you treating you? Are you at war with you? Do you have a house divided within yourself, like what we're seeing in the outer world? Are you nurturing yourself? Are you arguing with yourself? Are you trying to find positive solutions? View your world as it really is, your world. And I'm not talking about in a narcissistic, negative way. I'm talking about you stop being a victim, you taking responsibility. Don't let somebody else do it for you. You create your world. If each person would take responsibility, would shift consciousness within themselves, would go within, work through things, might not be distracted by the outer world, and really create and manifest unconditional love, live in a place of truth. It's all about how we live our lives, how we treat each other. And the transparency is going to get more and more and more. And people that choose not to be transparent, that choose to play games, to manipulate, it's not going to be good, because it's not what's happening. We're living in the earth right now where the light is going to get brighter and brighter and brighter. And it's easier to just embrace the transparency, just to be open to that energy. So you think about that and find joy in your life every day. Do things that create beauty, harmony, happiness around you. Don't sit and wait for others to do it for you. It's like I always say on Valentine's Day. Well, I do this all the time. Don't be sad because somebody's not buying you flowers. Buy your own flowers. You know, it's stupid. I mean, it's like people pine away. Oh, no. It's like, really? Okay. Or buy flowers for somebody else. Or, buy some for yourself, buy some for somebody else. Get out of the idea about poor me, blah, 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 nobody's going to think of me. You start giving and sharing and you'll find that then it's hilarious. She's just like, this little Gracie, I wish I had a little camera there. She's like hilarious. She's just on the move. But view your camera, view through your world, your lens, what's going on, and do something about it if you don't like it. But the thing is, I can only tell you what Spirit keeps saying to me. It is not a time to be stagnant. It's not a time to be have the putrid negative things. You want to keep clearing. And the beauty of it is, once you reach through certain levels that you might find unpleasant while you're going through them, then you reach another level that's very positive. And on and on and on. So it's going to be it's a very exciting time right now. It's an exciting time to bring all of who you really are into the light. And the way you're going to keep suffering is if you keep your own house within yourself divided, or if you're at war with yourself, or if there's some way you're not making peace. And sometimes to make peace with yourself, to make peace in the outer world, it's not by denial. It's not by saying, oh, everything's okay. You know how a lot of people, oh, no, there's no problems. And there's all these problems. It's a time to, if you feel something, deal with it. But don't dwell on it. Move through it. As we also move into this next, for some reason, I get a sense that between now and the 23rd of October, and 22nd, 23rd is when the sun goes into Scorpio. We're in the sign of Libra right now. You're going to find that it's going to be more like giant steps. And so instead of feeling like you're kind of some of you might be in the eye of the hurricane, but you're also going to find that during the time between now and October 23rd, quantum leaps of this ascension energy where you just keep moving up, getting higher perspective. So the more you can know that there's an incredible vantage point of seeing things from a higher level, but in a grounded place. So that's the big key right there, is to stay rooted, stay grounded, stay balanced. But again, it's like when we first put something on a scale to weigh it goes like this before it comes to the still point. So some people's idea of balance is like just not dealing with something. You might have an issue, you might have a problem, but hey, I'm going to put my head in the sand, or that's not balance. Because what will happen if there's stuff going on and you're pretending like the scales are balanced, all of a sudden, if they're not, they're going to go like this. They're not going to be going like this. They're going to go way off the charts. So you really want to know you. Because what is karma? Self meeting self, meeting self, meeting self. What is dharma? When you know yourself, you've healed the fragmentation, and whatever moment, whatever thing you're working through, you're present in that moment. You are totally present in that moment. Then you fulfill it. And many are going to be tempted, because that's been an interesting thing too. I've had some things in the last few days, again, where I really thought I understood and got big lessons, and I did. And then all of a sudden, by surrendering or going, well, wait a minute, oh, I think I'm not going to get attached. Remember, we're talking about negative and positive attachment is what blocks us and what leads to suffering and getting stuck. I've been working on not staying attached to the aha moments, getting the aha moments, but then going, okay, there's probably another aspect. And sure enough, right away, even a higher perspective or a better understanding or a better door that opens or a better way to view my life and how I'm doing what I want to do with my life, being in my life and shaping it the way that's right for me, not what other people think, want, any of that stuff, or things we've all been blindly, like little rats on a wheel going around and around. We don't know why. You're not in that wheel anymore. And that's confusing for some people. When that linear aspect of time stopped 2 years ago on October 28th, that's when that Mayan calendar collapsed. When that stopped, lots of people are still trying to run around the hamster wheel, and there's no hamster wheel. So they're going, hey, this is really interesting. Where to go? What are we doing? And then you go, crap, all my stuff's just right here, because when that linear illusion collapsed, all you saw was you and your stuff. Good, bad, and different, past, present, future. There's a big pile of you. And it's taken the general public a long time to assimilate and wake up and get that it's not that we're changing in frequency. That's a really interesting concept too. So many people are describing that, we're going through this big awakening or all this big thing is happening. No, what's happening is that all this amazing universe that's here has always been here. We're the ones who fell through fear into the illusion that we weren't worthy, that we were separate, that that's really what's going on. So the more you peel away, work through the emotions, work through your stuff, you're going to come into a very calm place that's very familiar. And it's going to be a different familiar than the one that gets you in trouble. We all know the familiar where you meet somebody or you think this is a sign and this is going to be really good, and you get involved. Instead of a person being your soulmate, they become your cellmate. We all know that one. That's a bad one. But it was so familiar. I hear this every day. But it was so familiar. All the signs were there. And then the signs were there that this is a big pattern you've been in for a long time that you got pulled into so you could learn it for the last time. And again, you got to have a sense of humor about it because it's very intense stuff. So again, the familiar I'm talking about is the more you heal your fragmentation, the more you choose to be your own mother, father, brother, sister, lover, savior, whatever you're looking for in that outer world, the more you have that unity from within yourself, that's what you're going to manifest in the outer world. So as you get clearer, balanced, you're going to think, wow, I feel something really familiar. And you know what the real familiar, the authentic familiar is going to be? The true place of peace that has always been there within yourself, outside of yourself. This amazing nirvana energy exists. It's not something you get to when you die. It's not something you have to wait for if you do this or that. The more you go inward, the more you heal, the more you love yourself unconditionally and love others unconditionally, the more you keep your heart open, and no matter what you're experiencing in the outer world, no matter how unfair or frustrating or negative it might seem, you stay true to yourself. You stay open within yourself. And then all of a sudden, the things that are familiar because you've experienced them before and it's a pattern, you'll know the difference. You'll go, oh, no, been there, done it. Not going to do that again. And all of a sudden, the more you are detaching and cutting cords and not being tempted and not being distracted by lower frequencies, you will start to manifest peace, happiness, joy, and you'll start to go into, whoa, something feels really familiar, and you're going to know you're home. And you're going to be like the prodigal son or daughter and realize that you were always home. You're going to be like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. She thought she had to go on the Yellow Brick Road and experience all the things. All these stories are always allegorical for what I'm speaking about. At the end of the day, you and your body temple, in your world, your home, has always been within you. And you will need less and less and less and less to work through things through drama, through repetition. As a matter of fact, that's not happening. And that's why it's so frustrating for a lot of people, is a lot of people got used to kind of the layaway plan. That's a good way to put it. The layaway plan of karma. Where, it's kind of like, it's not, we're in instant karma now, but, sometimes okay, I did this, but maybe it'll come back, won't come back, maybe it'll be in my next life, or a couple weeks. Oh no, it's now. It's no more layaway karma. Whatever you're thinking, feeling, saying, doing, it goes out, it comes back, and boom, 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 boom. And I will guarantee you, if you don't believe it, just know that it's real. Know that the way to experience the positive is to keep moving through the darkness. Anywhere there's darkness in your vibration, keep moving through it. Keep pushing onward. Know that I've had so many people contact me in the last month, and it's, of course I get a lot of this, but not like this. People that I've had so many families, so many people where there's been suicide, where there's been death, where there's been unexpected death, where there's just abrupt endings. For some people, that's what's happening. But I want to tell you, that's not the answer. You may feel like you want to die. You may feel like you want to kill yourself. What you're wanting to kill is your old life. It's your old paradigm. Everybody, even if people don't think about suicide, people think about, I always thought it in the way when I was younger, like, just beam me up, Scotty, just, let's just get me out of here. Go into the light. It's the death, the despair, the death, the dark, dark, dark thoughts that you might be thinking, they're coming up to be healed. And the ending that will come for you is not about the ending of your life. You do want to kill off things that are not of the light. You do want to kill off old parts of yourself. You do want to sever those cords. And again, you want to pull them up by the roots. You don't want to just chop off the top of the weed. You want to pull up things. You want to unroot them, then cut it and get it all gone. That's the death energy. Because people, and people that don't have suicidal thoughts have felt for the last year, I think I'm going to die. I think I'm going to die. I even had some times I thought, gosh, am I going to die? Because to me, weird things were happening. I thought, well, maybe I'm just tying up my life, and that's it. Not so it didn't what I wanted to die. I just thought, there's a lot of signs. Maybe there's some stuff going on here, And again, it's death, rebirth. It's death of the old self. Sometimes it's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. Sometimes you have to burn up the dross. You have to burn up the old karma. You have to let it go. So that's one of the things we're going to do in the meditation tonight are any pictures of death turning into pictures of life. Don't get sidetracked into the processes. Know that even though we're in the present time, there's still elements of a process. It's not a cycle, but it's a process. So don't get distracted by the overwhelming feelings of death or guilt or shame or fear, they're coming up, yes, to be cleared, to be healed, but not to be distracted in. Again, Spirit always says this to me, it's not the boulders in the road that we trip on, it's the little tiny pebbles. I can look back in my life and the most bizarre little tiny things I would let myself get distracted or off my path, or, and it really is how dark forces work is to get you off your course, to get you off of who you are. So that being said, that's basically what's going on right now. You want to do all you can do to help God, to help Spirit, to help all the beings of light that are always around us, helping us. But the more you help yourself, they can do a bigger job. Spirit can do a bigger job. And that's really what we're going to do a little, the meditation tonight. Since the teachings I'm going to be doing this weekend on Saturday and Sunday will be about White Tara and about our sacred geometry here. It'll be about how we balance, how do we bring that geometry into our own bodies, how do we activate the divine feminine, how do we work with those kind of energies. And again, the White Tara is the divine mother. She's the mother of all the Buddhas. She's the comforter. She's the savioress. She clears the troubled waters. And for the last couple of weeks, what I keep hearing is the more you embody, we can become the embodiment. It doesn't matter if you're outward male, female. It's about the activation of that divine mother, divine father. But in this case, we're talking about the divine mother, that aspect within your own being. It's not about worshiping White Tara, or this is a tanka I'm going to hang in my room, or this is an idea. It's all these things are emanations of what you already have within you. And so there's that embodiment of the White Tara. In what ways can you be within your own life, your own savior, savioress? How can you clear your own waters? How can you bring comfort to yourself and to others? And you can. So then, when you become this energy, when you become the embodiment of the White Tara, you clear your own way, you clear your own path. Then that energy, you become that energy. Then the obstacles, there aren't obstacles. There aren't troubled waters, because you're actualizing unconditional love. You're actualizing that divine feminine energy within yourself. You're allowing yourself to be healed, and you're comforting yourself, and you're comforting others, instead of staying in a wounded state. The worst thing any of us could do right now is it's very important to feel sorry for yourself, to understand where you feel pain, to look into where you're activated, but you don't want to stay there. You want to keep moving through it. And a lot of times it's a lot easier said than done in some ways, but you're going to find that it's going to be harder to hang on to the suffering, harder to hang on to the old parts of yourself that were wounded, because our body, minds, and spirits are being restored, they're being healed, there's a restoration, there's a resurrection, there is an ascension, but it's not going to be what people think. It's not that, we're going to leave the earth, or we're going to do this, or, the rapture, or like I've always said, if the spaceships land, they tell you get on, don't. Don't get on the ship. It's a big thing back in the 80s. And it's really not a joke, because there are many, many ancient writings that when the Great Flood came, the part of the dark energies that were destroying the earth, they went up in their ships, and then they came back down. It's part of the fallen angel energy. So don't get on the ship. No, I think what's going to happen is that people are either ascending up or they're descending down. There doesn't seem to be an in between, because there's no middle anymore. So the change in frequency is not going to stop. As we're filling with light, as we're shifting in vibration, I believe that there will come a time when we won't see certain people and they won't see us. It's a frequency change. The more you're filling with light, you'll have that cloak of invisibility. And of people who choose to stay in the darkness and choose to descend, to go stay stuck or stay in the putrid, decaying vibrations and move down, it's not that we have left or they've left. We won't perceive them and they won't perceive us, because there's a clear choice that's made. And again, it's not just Christian scriptures that talk about this, but it says there's a time coming when you cannot be on the fence. I will spit you out. You cannot be lukewarm. It's not about, you have to make conscious choice. Am I for the light? Am I here about unconditional love and truth? Or am I choosing to stay in darkness and stay in hatred and negativity and division and fear and divisiveness and hide and lie and steal and all the things that are not right? Or am I making a conscious choice to live in a life that is transparent, to live a life that is whole, to live a life that is only about the highest good for myself and for others? You can never go wrong when you make that choice, but you will find that in many, many ways, in many arenas of your life, you're going to be forced to make choices like that. And you'll find it in many different ways. It may be as simple as there may be groups of people or things you've been involved with that you no longer really want to go. And instead of like always going out every Saturday night or whatever it is you would do, or belong to a club or do, spend time on a committee, if you don't really want to do it, you're going to go, done. And you can feel, I get lots of people like that, because I read to a lot of business people, and they're waking up and going, I don't know why I'm on all these boards. They suck. yeah, it was part of my old self. I thought I was going to get something out of it, and they realized it was just for recognition, or to say they were on the board of this or on the blah, blah, blah. And that's a good thing to hear. When I get people in here like that, I get really excited, because they're getting it. Doesn't mean you should just not ever be on a board, because sometimes you could be on a board if you have money and power, or where you could help affect change. But what they're doing is defining, okay, what really is BS board, and where can I really put my energy to make change. And so you'll find it in your own life. Where am I putting time and energy? Tons of people are spending less and less and less time on watching TV. I get people in who, were addicted to, like, I've never understood it, playing solitaire. Or, the little games, it's like, whatever. But, I guess I don't want to play solitaire. I mean, I actually had people tell me these stories. And again, it's a way people tunnel vision. It's an escape. And again, there's nothing wrong with playing games or watching TV. It's about balance. It's about, is that taking the place of something real in my life? And that's what it all is going to come down to, is what is real and what is not real. There's only so many hours, time, energy, and how is it working? Where I'm putting energy, how is this, what's manifesting? And again, you're going to see your garden. You're going to see what's manifesting and what's not manifesting, or what things are detracting from your quality of life. And in many times, this house cleaning that seems to be going on everywhere it could be people, it could be objects, it could be ways of thinking, it could be ways of doing things, it could be, you may find a lot of people, as your body is turning into light, you may also find that you don't really want certain foods anymore. Mm-hmm. You might not want, sugar might start to taste like, just instead of tasting good, tastes really bad, or you'll just, if something, you'll know right away. If you're eating something and it's just to fill a void, it will probably make you sick, because it is, you'll know right away. You'll get feedback from your own body about what you're drinking, what you're eating, so that's how that cleansing energy is. You will have more, as you're awakened and you're filled with light, your own being will be a barometer for what you're doing. So it's a fascinating time. It's a fascinating time. So we'll do a little meditation to get grounded here and really help in the overwhelming times that we're in, to find the familiarity of the peace. So in accordance with everybody's free will and highest good, we ask the bodies to align mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally in the present time. There's a tremendous heat already in this space. There's again, the fiery energies here burning up the dross. Let it go, let it burn, let it move. It's safe to let go of all that is not of the light. It's safe to let go of things that no longer serve you. It's safe to surrender to your higher self, safe to surrender to the divine plan. I want you to feel anywhere in the body, mind, or spirit that you're feeling fear, pain, control, tightness. Let this heat, let this energy move through. It's a very loud, besides the heat, there's a very loud sound current here tonight. There's a very loud frequency of the universe, a sound current. It's very, very loud. Feel how safe it is to be on this earth. Feel how safe it is to be who you are as a spiritual being in a physical body on the earth at this time. We ask all pictures of death to be understood, to be transmuted, and to be turned into pictures of life. It's safe to die to the old self. It's safe to peel away the layers and layers of energy that is not about your life anymore. Let it go. Let this heat, let this energy move through your body. Let it through your body, mind, and spirit. Let it go. I want you to imagine, and at first it may feel like you're imagining this beautiful, radiant being of light that you are. Your energy field goes out 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 feet. You're a huge, huge, huge glowing being of light. This is not something that is a spirit guide or somebody else or something else. This is your energy. I want you to feel that divine blueprint. I want you to feel that electromagnetic energy field that is not separate from you, but it's emanating from you. You from within inside your being. There's no need to evoke things in the outer world. There's no need to do this or do that. Feel this beautiful, divine, powerful being of light that you are from within. Feel the freedom of being centered in the body temple, but also very much the mobility that you have with this in your bigger vehicles. We're made up of many, many, many vehicles. And you have lots of freedom to fly around and to explore and to go without dying into many dimensional states. Feel your heart, feel your body opening, turning into light. Feel the oneness of this huge energy field that you are. There's no separation. Let the heaviness go. Feel in your body, mind, and spirit where you're carrying around burdens, where you're carrying around stress. Let it go. Feel the lightness, feel the mobility, feel the joy of merging in a conscious way with your energy field. Just feel the empowerment of coming from within. This is not coming from outside of you. This is within you. We are made in the image of Creator. I want you to feel that divine blueprint, that divine empowerment. Just let all the energy move. Let it shift, let it go. Feel the restful, peaceful place of silence. Feel that energy. There's a huge, radiant, your heart is opening like a lotus. Just feel that energy opening, opening, opening. It's safe to receive unconditional love. It's safe to give unconditional love. Feel the layers and layers and layers of pain and hurt in the wounded parts of yourself. Feel this love. Feel this new energy that's moving through the body, mind, and spirit. Let it move. It's safe to be free from all the burdens, all the illusion, all the things that no longer bring you joy. Let them go. There's a huge amount of light pouring in through the top of your head. Let this energy, let this light move down through every cell of your body, moving, shifting, changing. People have been holding a lot of tension in their voices, chest, voice, face, clenching of teeth. People have been having a lot of headaches. There's a band of energy that's been very, very tight here. And it just released. So I want you to feel that energy moving through the throat, moving through the teeth, the gums, the face. Relax. Let this energy open. Let it be free. Let go of the guard. Let go of the barriers. People have been experiencing waves and waves and waves of feeling really good and then feeling nauseated or feeling out of balance or different physical sensations. This is a real thing too, because the last stop is the body. So as you're healing and healing and healing, and the waves of energy and light are moving through you, you'll find that you'll feel the radiance, you'll feel the good, and then you'll hit the poisons, the toxins. You may feel a wave of nausea. Let it go. Let it move. You may have very intense moments of no pain of the body, mind, or spirit, and then all of a sudden think, wow, everything in my body, mind, and spirit hurts. Again, as we're peeling away the layers, as we're going through the encoding of the sacred geometry in the body, and we're unlocking that divine blueprint. You'll hit pockets of things that are still poisonous that need to be released. They're not permanent. Don't attach. Again, don't have an attachment of a negative or positive sense about what you're feeling, what you're moving, is it bad, is it good, does it hurt, does it not hurt? Let it move. Just let the waves of light and energy keep flowing through you. Let the lower mind fill with light. Let the division of what appears to be division of the lower mind, higher mind, let that barrier go. Let the light, let everything filter into one mind. This higher self is not something that is outside of you. It's something that you attain only through meditation. You are your higher self. The more and more you clear the lower self and you heal, you are filling your body and allowing that emanation of the higher frequency. The more you choose to stay in the darkness and stay in fear and control, you'll stay trapped in that. You will emanate that energy. Let the light go everywhere. To heal, transmute, reconfigure. You may feel many funny things moving through your head. It's like we're being rewired or activated. You know, the other 90% of the brain, they say we don't know what it's for. It's for the times we're in. It's for the spiritual activation. I know lots of people are getting like burning sensations or feelings in different parts of their head. And I really feel that it is about this divine activation. It's about awakening into your body temple coming into its full manifested form. Nothing is dormant. Everything's coming to life. Let it move. Let it shift. Lots of sensations in the feet, in the legs. Feel that grounded, rooted feeling. You know you are a walking tree. There are hundreds and hundreds of wheels of light coming from the bottoms of your feet. Feel that energy moving deep, deep, deep down into the earth to let go of poisons, but then to let the earth transmute poisons and to pull up the nutrients into your body. You're grounded, you're rooted, you're strong. And your strength and your power come from within. It's not from outer sources. Feel the energy. It's radiating, radiating everywhere. Within, without, it's manifesting to all sentient beings, to all life, to all parts of your life. And when you're ready, return to the consciousness of this room. And this process of healing, connecting, shifting, morphing will continue into the night, into the dreams, and into the days to come. Again, as you're emerging, feel how big the radiant body is. Feel the vast, huge energy field that is you. It's not separate from you. It's beautiful energy, it's beautiful light. It's all around, and it's inside, and it's connecting with you, and it's part of you. It's not separate from you. And it's a force field that will protect you, that will guide you. Again, the more you know and feel this oneness and this wholeness, that's what you'll manifest in the outer world. The more you stay in fear, control, separation, that's what will happen. Just feel the energy moving, shifting, integrating. Wow. Just feel that energy. It's a peaceful, familiar energy. The difference between the meditation tonight and the way we usually go through the chakras or through the whatever, Spirit just said to know, just radiate out, just connect in, heal that illusion of that separation. And the more you feel and experience and allow yourself to find that peaceful, radiant connection, because it's always there. It's never away from you. It's always there. It will become more and more familiar, more and more something you choose to manifest, that you choose to stay in, rather than another state of consciousness. And it's interesting because even though there's not a lot of people here tonight, there's a lot of spirit energy here tonight. It's like the room, the whole energy field here is just, the space is filled with so much radiant light. And sometimes that's some of the best meditations, is the fewer the people, then you can feel your own energy. You can feel that connection. So, and again, I want to emphasize, it's a the energy that seems to be around right now for people, it's very invigorating, it's very light, it's very peaceful, but invigorating at the same time, I guess is a good way to put it. But you're going to start to feel lighter and lighter and lighter as you get activated, you move through the emotions, you move through healing things you denied or repressed, you move through the patterns. More and more and more, there's room then for this beautiful light to come through, this to just be in the space of manifested peace. So it's really, really exciting. It's really good stuff, and it's going to be more and more something that is tangible, that's accessible. That as you find this space, you'll want to stay in that space, basically. Does anybody have a question? Oh, Kitty finally went to meditate. She was running around again, and she was doing all kinds of funny things during meditation. I think she was actually seeing a lot of she was chasing something, and she was moving through and she's rested. She worked through her stuff, and she's going to lay down now and take a rest. It's so funny. It's so interesting. Another event that's going on this weekend, I'll share with you. I've got so many things going on. Again, Body, Mind, and Spirit is Saturday and Sunday. And It's at the fairgrounds. But another thing that's going on from 4 till probably 10 or 11 is at the IMAX downtown. It's the Paracon. It's Dan T. Hall, very well-known filmmaker. He just did his 8th, 9th paranormal film. All his films will be playing in different theaters down at the IMAX, but then his 2 new films, and I'm in, it's kind of a remake and an integration and a overview, and I'm narrating a lot of it, the last of it too, about Central State, because they're now tearing it down. So the first time I set foot in there was 2003, and we shot some things, and we actually didn't do the film until 2006, and we shot some more things down in the tunnels and all those things. So this one is going to be it's really a collective from different times and places of being there, but then it's going there while they're tearing it down, and I could feel the tunnels as the buildings are being torn down. I could feel the activation. It was like setting off a domino effect through the different 5 miles of tunnels that are under there and collapsing them, but moving all the old energy where they used to, actually they found manacles and where they had chained up the mental people and very bad stuff. And it started first in 1848, so it's a very old frequency there. Now that earth and that place can be transmuted and turned back into a positive energy. So it'd be a very interesting film if you want to go down to the Paracon. It starts at 4 and goes, but you can go to different things, different events. And I think the movie that I'm going to be in is about 8:39. So you can go to the Body, Mind, and Spirit Festival. As it's during the day, and I get plenty of time to do that at night. So lots of things going on. And again, it's a time as we're going into this, where the veil is the thinnest, is when the sun is in Scorpio, which starts on the 23rd. And then again, Halloween, really what Halloween is the time the veil is the thinnest. It's when there's no separation between heaven and earth. So it's not just a time you dress up or you do scary things or whatever. It's about, again, the joining of heaven and earth, or healing that illusion that heaven is here and earth is here, or life is here and death is there. That's why many cultures have the Days of the Dead and the celebration of those who we think are dead, but they're not. They're just in another form. So it's that bringing that activate. We're in a very strong activation time of spirit activity. But again, it's not about the dark stuff. It's about it's the awakening of the light energy. It's a rebirth, the coming out of those dark places. So lots of things to connect with, be with, stay centered within yourself, and it's really it's a intense time on earth. It's a wild ride sometimes, but it's exciting because all the things we've been waiting for and thought about forever are manifesting on the earth right now. So it's been wonderful to be with everyone tonight. Like I said, it's a short oracle. Have lots of things to do to prepare for things that are going on. So namaste, and thank you all for being here. Enjoyed it. Is she still sleeping?